Good morning. Today we're going to start putting the carburetor back together. Well, it's been sitting in cleaner for a while, so let's see if it's actually clean. There we go. Okay, this cleaned up pretty good, not too bad. It's got this thing here. This goes into the float bowl and it pops out here. I'm not sure exactly what this is for. I think it's to do with some enrichments, but I should be able to blow through it and actually have, blow through it. And it's not really blowing all that good. So I don't know if that's clean. Either this is pulling gas out of the float bowl, or it's providing air someplace in the float bowl. Not sure. Well, we're going to run some cleaning things up there. This is for cleaning a welding rig. Okay, that's not a straight shot. Come on, glasses work. Enjoy the trifocals. There, a little bit easier that way. Okay, so we run this all the way up to the end, and you can see that goes to all the way up to the top, right where these little bolts are. Let's go the other way. Nope. You're going to get something of those things. Okay, that's going all the way in. Try it this way. Okay, that's going on. Let's see if I can blow through it easier. Much better. Okay, so running a cleaner tip up through that thing made a big difference. We knew it would. No, I think it would clean off all the gunk off it, or the carb cleaner. I don't know if you should use the orange cleaner or the power purple. I guess it really doesn't matter. In reality, I really shouldn't have to do this step if the carburetor cleaner actually worked. but it's being a little reluctant in the working part. I feel like I'm washing dishes. When I used to, well, 15 years ago, I rebuilt the carburetor that I eventually went on my Dart, and then on my wife's 73 Duster. I was able to use a Gunk brand carb cleaner, and that stuff worked pretty good. Got all, actually when this came out, it actually shined. This here is going to come out gunmetal. That's fine. Not that big on the shine. It's just disappointing that the current incarnation of this, at least the chem-dip stuff, doesn't really clean this as well as it should. Paid $20 for it, or more. I don't know what I paid for it. It certainly isn't running any better. How's that? It's probably one of those things you should probably run through the dishwasher. The dishwashing soap on it. Huh. That's an idea. Stuff is guaranteed to clean your plates no matter what. So you don't have to pre-rinse. I guess I'm doing a pre-rinse right now. Okay, let's go rinse this off with some water, bring it back and let it air dry. Okay, this is nice and clean. Look, it even kind of shines now. Whatever. Dry it off. At least today it's not freezing or snowing or raining. That looks better. Yeah. This is okay, now we're going to clean the body off. You notice the carb cleaner didn't get the dirt off it, which is sad. Hopefully you can get all the tarnish off the inside here. And this sat in there for about a week in the cleaner. It did get the rust off the blades though, which is interesting. You wouldn't think that would happen. But anyway, we're going to squirt this down with the purple power and see if we can clean it up a little bit more. Who ever thought your thumb was an efficient cleaning mechanism, huh? I suppose the state of California has decided that chem-dip is a cancer-causing additive, and they decided that they need to water it down so they don't kill anybody. I'm glad the state of California is looking out after me. I don't live in California. So I don't really care about their requirements. Unfortunately, they seem to think I need to follow their junk no matter what. How annoying. Okay. Take our welding kit and stick some feelers through some holes and see if they clean up or not. I clean this with the brake cleaner, brake pad cleaner, which is probably the best spray-on brake cleaner spray-on cleaner you get nowadays. It didn't seem to want to actually plug it up more. Not exactly what we wanted. Here's where it controls the flow of manifold vacuum, controls the float stuff. Interesting, right there. Now, I'm not trying to make the holes bigger or anything with these cleaners. I'm just trying to route out any stuck dirt in there, and then we hopefully can flush it out with a purple powder over there. That's the idea. There's the idle jet adjuster. What I'm doing is I'm not seeing any dirt coming out of any of these holes. I mean, there isn't any, just means I haven't seen any. It's too big for that hole. I don't want to make these slots any bigger. I don't want to poke any dirt that may be in the background and get that out of there. Making them bigger would be a bad thing. That'd upset the calibration on the carburetor. How dirty is it? See all the gunk on there? It's varnish from sitting for 20 years. This carburetor's sitting for a long time. It's surprising that it worked as well as it did when I just dropped it on and it idled. And gave me halfway decent performance. But it didn't do very good going around corners when you're idle. It had a tendency to die. I did everything I possibly could with the ignition to get that set correctly, so that wasn't the problem. Like somebody at one point wanted to paint the linkage on this thing. Wonder why. Doesn't make it look cooler. Let this set for a couple minutes, let that stuff sink in. I don't know if you can see it, but it's getting cracks along here. Stress cracks. Same here. But inside there's no crackage at all. There's a stress crack right there. Some in the front. But it doesn't seem to be leaking, so that's a good thing. I don't know why you'd be getting stress cracked. Maybe because of the 50-year-old cast aluminum body. I'm going to rinse this off. I'll be right back. Pulling out the throttle body. Try out. On to the other small parts. Throttle clutch, the mixture cluster. One advantage of this is over this other carburetor's 2 barrels is this has annual discharge, and they had it from the factory 50 years ago. And only just recently, as Engelbrock and Holly started putting annual discharges on their cars. One of the advantages of using this thing. To me, this is free. Well, I paid $20 for the whole box of carburetors, but this thing right here came out free. .2100 series of carbs had about 8 different carburetors in the line. Each one with a specific CFM rating. To be using a specific size of engine from Ford. This one they only made 3 to 2150 lines, and they put this in here. This is interesting. It's a little kind of like needle. What would you call it? Oh, the step-up valves on a Edelbrock. I think that's allowed them to adjust the idle better, more betterly. I guess we're going to quote people or push birdsong. Okay, let's run this up down to these little holes and see if we can get some, if anything blocky. That's clear. Come on, glasses, focus. There we go. Oop. There we go. Little doohickey thing is where all the magic happens. I can't get that in there. Now, you won't be able to see them, but underneath this thing right here, there's a series of holes, and that's where the gas comes out when you're in power mode, or when you anything above idle, actually. And they gotta be clean, or else you get a disabled, well, misbalanced mixture. And there's no way to physically get them to poke something through them. So you really gotta hope that your cleaner is actually working correctly, and it's boiling that crap out of there. I'm gonna go rinse this off. I'll be right back. Okay, that's rinsed off. Now I got a bunch of little stuff. Accelerator pump cover, jets, nuts and screws, power valve cover, and there's the check valve. Okay. I think I mentioned before, but I'm putting the number 52 jets in this one. I expect to change those to something smaller. But the 52 is better than the 59s that had it when I first put the carburetor on, which is way too rich for my engine. Okay. Power valve cover. Throttle pump cover. Or accelerator pump, however you want to call it. Okay, let's go rinse this off. We need this unmasked. Let's clean my pans out a little bit. That's that. Take it out. We'll peel some plants and I'll rinse my pan out. Get this one done. Okay, so we're going to let all those parts dry, air dry. And when they're done, we'll assemble the carb. So that's it for now.